Okay, having a look at another one where we have a probability distribution table. This time we've got some unknowns in our probability section. So our first question is asking us to find an expression for e of x. So we know that when we do e of x, we multiply each of these ones out. So 0 times p is just going to be 0, so I'm not going to include that in what I'm writing. So I've got 1 times 1 minus 4p, and then I'll be adding to that 2 times 3p. Now 2 times 3p is 6p. So I've got 1 take away 4p plus 6p means I've got 1 plus 2p there. Then it says determine an expression for e of x squared. So that's where we go and square each of these and multiply. So the 0 is still going to be 0. 1 squared is going to be 1, and then we're multiplying by that. So we've got 1 squared times, so we've got 1 minus 4p, and then we've got 2 squared, which is 4. 4 times 3p will be 12p. So we get 1 take away 4p, and then adding 12p, so we've got 1 plus 8p. Then it says if var x is equal to 0.64, find the value of p. Now we know that var x is equal to e of x squared minus e of x squared. Now, that sounds very weird. So what we've got is the 1 plus 8p, and we're taking away 1 plus 2p squared. So we can expand that out. We've got 1 plus 8p there. Then here we're going to have 1 squared plus 4p plus 4p squared. So we end up with 1 plus 8p, take away 1, plus 4p, but that will be a minus, and then minus 4p squared. So we end up with 1, and take away 1, that'll cancel out, and we get 8p take away 4p is 4p, take 4p squared, and we've been told that that is equal to 0.64. So we can take out a common factor of 4p. That'll leave us 1 take p in the brackets. Or I may actually, probably should have gone a different route with that and taken that 0.64 over to the other side so that I could solve it as a quadratic. So I'll take that over to the next page. So I'm going to bring the 0.64 is equal to 4p take 4p squared. I'll bring that over, 4p take 4p squared minus 0.64. And then I will take the minus 4p squared to the front, plus 4p, take away 0.64, take out a factor of negative 4, and that'll give me p squared, take away p, and that will be plus, and when we do 0.64 divided by 4, we get 0.16. And so then we've got a little quadratic that we can solve for what our p will be. If we get a positive and negative number, obviously it's going to be the positive because we can't have a negative probability. I'm going to grab my graphics calculator and pop that one in there. I might just pop it in as is up here and look when that's equal to 0. So I've got negative 4x squared plus 4x, take 0.64. And having a look there, here's my little quadratic that I've got. So I'm just going to change my y to go between negative 3 and 3. See that a little bit better. I'm going to bring it down and go maybe just between 0 and 1 for my x. Maybe I'll go to 2 and 0 to 3 there. Here we go. I want to look for those zeros. So I'm going to go and find my first 0 between 0 and, I'm going to guess 0.5. And we get 1 at 0.2. And then our other one is at x equals 0.8. So our original question, flicking back, was to find the value of p. So when we check that in here, our 0.2 and 0.8, we would be checking that those values worked in the original to add to 1. So we've got, if we have 0.2, we'd have 0.2, and then we would have 1 take away 0.8, which would be 0.2, and then we would have 0.6. So that works. The other one is 0.8, so we would have 0.8 here. We would have 1 take away 0.8 times 4, and that would give us negative 2.2. So that one's not going to work because we can't have a negative probability. So that means our answer for P is 0.2. So always when you get your answers, you will need to check whether those work in the scenario that you have.